Hello, good morning, everyone. So let's have our daily briefing for today. And let's have a quick market recap on yesterday's data. Okay, so first things, we have the building permits for the US monthly basis for the month of August. So the previous data was 1.63 million, and the market forecast at 1.61 million. And the release time last night, 8:30 p.m. And for the actual data, it was 1.72 million. It's better than the market forecast and the previous one. And also we have the US housing starts monthly basis for the month of August. So the previous data was 1.53 million and the market forecast at 1.58 million. Same goes with the release time, 8:30 p.m. And the actual data, it's 1.61 million. So it's better than the market forecast and the previous one as well. So let's take a look on the dollar index on the 15-minute chart. So right after the release, did not create any significant move in the market, or particularly on the dollar index, but after a couple of 15-minute candle, it pushed the price higher above the 93.25. And during the Asian session, the current price of the dollar index is around the 93.20 territory. And for today's economic data, so earlier today we have the weekly crude oil stock. So the previous data is negative 5.437 million, and the release time earlier 4:30 a.m. And for this week, the weekly crude oil stock is negative 6.108 million. But for this one, it did not create any significant move, particularly on the crude oil. And during the Asian session, we have the interest rate decision for Japan. So the previous and the market forecast, same at negative 0.10%, and the release time earlier 11 a.m. And the actual data, the interest rate for the Japan is still unchanged at negative 0.10. But right here, based on the market reaction, same goes with the crude oil stock. It did not create any significant move right after the release. And for the US session, we have to pay attention on the consumer confidence for Euro, 8:30 p.m. And then we have the EIA crude oil stocks change later at 10:30 p.m. And the next day, this one is very important. The next day, 2 a.m. in the morning, we have the Fed interest rate decision and the FOMC conference. So for Monday and Wednesday, there's nothing much. The economic calendar is not noisy at all. There's no material stats that can provide it some direction for other currencies, but on the next day, 2 a.m., we have to focus on this one. Now, for today, just for today, I will not give any key product for today because I want to explain something about the Fed issue for the US. Okay, so what you're looking right here is the updated balance sheet for the Federal Reserve. Now, for the past couple of months, they have this tapering conversation with the US government. So we've already explained this one a couple of times during our previous daily briefing. So again, when we define the word tapering in the world of investment terminologies, it's reducing something. Okay, so as you can see here, it started from 2005, and this one updated until the year 2021. Okay, so just in case you didn't know, the current assets for the Fed is this one is 8.4 trillion US dollars. This is how huge the current assets for the Fed as of this moment. So that is why right here it goes up all the way here. Now, year 2020, they've started the assets for about 4 trillion US dollars. But right here, if you have an idea what's the reason behind this huge increase of their spending, that is because of their stimulus checks for this year. So they keep on spending on the stimulus checks. So that is why the assets grew up of all the way to 8.4 trillion US dollars. So again, for the FOMC and then the interest rate decision tomorrow, this one will be a very huge data for the US and also for the retail traders. Now, 50% of traders, they think that they will announce, or the Fed they will announce the tapering tomorrow, and the other 50% they think that they will announce the tapering issue for the month of November and December the year 2021. But right here, just to give you an idea what will happen, just in case the Fed will have the decline of their stimulus, the Fed assets. So the year 2005, let's see, right here. Okay. So the year 2005, they actually done this before. They've done this before. And what happened on the dollar index? Let me just show you the chart right here. So they've done this before the year 2015 rather, I'm sorry. They've started this reducing their assets for the year 2015. And as a result, it pushed the dollar index, or the value of the dollar, on this upside momentum right here. So it pushed the price all the way to 95. Okay. So that is why, in my personal opinion, there are two possible scenarios for the USD. Okay. So the first one is, if they make an announcement tomorrow or the next day, if they make an announcement that they will reduce their assets, it will definitely move the same direction for the dollar. Same goes with this one. So basically, if they started to reduce their tapering assets tomorrow, then definitely if you're trading gold, GBP, and also the euro, and definitely this one will move on the downside. Just in case they start reducing their assets, or they've announced that they will start reducing their assets tomorrow. But conversely, if there's no announcements about this tapering issue, then definitely it will be on a different side for the dollar. So basically, if you're trading the gold, euro, and then the British pound, then it will move the price higher. So that is why there is a 50-50% chance that they will announce, or they will start announcing tomorrow, or maybe November or December. So that is why I will not give any key product for today, because the market will be very tricky right after the interest rate decision and then the FOMC conference. Now, keep in mind again, this one is based on the previous stats on what happened on the dollar index. Again, they've done this before on the year 2015, and look at what happened on the dollar index. It moves sharply on the upside momentum. So overall, if you are basically trading the currencies that is paired by the dollar, you have to be cautious for the next day. So it's either you close your position, or maybe you can use your break even on your positions. That is why it will not create any losses, or it may not occur losses from your side. So again, for the US session, later at 8:30 p.m. we have the consumer confidence, and 10:30 we have the crude oil stock exchange. And again, the next day, 2 a.m. in the morning, we have the Fed interest rate decision and the FOMC conference. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. That is all for our daily briefing today. Please stay safe and have a great day.